Hello, Pewter people. Scott Reynolds here with another Pewter Pulse. It's time we talk about Joe Tryon-Shoyinka and Logan Hall, the Bucs' first picks in the 2021 and 2022 drafts, respectively. You'll remember that Joe Tryon-Shoyinka was drafted with the last pick in the first round in 2021, just after the Bucs won the Super Bowl, and Logan Hall was the first pick of the second round the next year. Neither one's a good player. In fact, you could say they're average at best, or maybe even below average, and you'd be correct. JTS is in his third season as a starter. Logan Hall is entering his first season as a starter in his second year in Tampa Bay. So let's take a look at their respective careers so far and what we can deduce from this. Joe Tryon-Shoyinka has 15 pressures this year through 9 games after having 33 as a rookie and improving to 46 pressures last year. Pretty good numbers. Not bad for a second-year player coming into his zone. But the problem is JTS is on pace to record a career-low 28 pressures this year. He has just 2 pressures and no sacks in the last 4 games, despite having 75 pass rush reps per Pro Football Focus. By comparison, Yaya Diabi, a rookie this year, has 7 pressures, 2 sacks, and a fumble recovery in the last 4 games with just 51 pass rush snaps. Heck, even Marquise Watts, an undrafted free agent rookie, has 2 pressures in 6 pass rush snaps. Those all came a week ago against the Titans. Now, Joe Tryon-Shoyinka is not a bust. He's done a decent job in run defense this year, but teams don't spend first-round picks on run-stopping defensive ends and outside linebackers. They spend first-round picks on pass rushers. Like I said, JTS is not a bust. A true bust is a player that just can't play in the NFL and flames out quickly. Think of, I don't know, former Bucs receiver Jalen Darden. He's a 4th-round pick, but you get the picture. Couldn't play, out of the league. JTS just hasn't lived up to his draft potential and his draft billing, and he'll go down as a bad value pick by Jason Light rather than necessarily being a bust. Yet Light might get a mulligan if Diaby, a 3rd-round pick, winds up replacing him as a better starter, and Watts, an undrafted free agent, also pans out and becomes a Shaq Barrett-type player. JTS will probably be on the Bucs roster next season, which will be his contract year, but it's highly unlikely the team picks up the first-round option, and he'll probably be a backup. I think Todd Bowles finally recognizes this, and that's why we saw Diaby outsnap JTS against the Titans and activate Watts and give him 11 snaps versus Tennessee. Let's hope that trend continues because Diaby is clearly outperforming Tryon-Shoyinka right now. Yaya Diabi deserves to start. On to Logan Hall, the defensive tackle, who got his weight up to around 300 pounds with hard work in the offseason. But that hard work isn't translating into production. Now, I did a Pewter Pulse video at the start of this season saying this would be rookie year 2.0 for the developing Hall, but he just hasn't shown much development. In fact, he's regressing with more playing time. In 8 games this season, Hall has just 7 pressures, including 2 quarterback hits and 5 hurries. And he's played nearly 2/3 of the pass rush snaps in the first half of the season. Now, Logan Hall, in 17 games last year, he had 17 pressures, as well as 2.5 sacks, 4 hits, and 10 hurries. Hall's PFF grade in 2023 is 46.3, which is not good, but it's better compared to the 35.3 grade he got a year ago. But his pass rush grade is only slightly better at 58.9 compared to 51.1 a year ago, and that's why he was drafted, to get after the quarterback. Prior to the 49ers game, Hall hadn't recorded any defensive statistics since the Lions game on October 15th. Not a sack, not a tackle, not even an assist. To be fair, Hall suffered a groin injury in pregame warmups versus the Bills and played sparingly in that game, and then didn't play any at all against Houston before returning to action versus Tennessee. With 2.5 years left on his rookie contract, it's too early to write Hall off. He'll be on the roster next year too, but maybe as a backup unless he starts to live up to his athletic potential and make some splash plays, especially as a pass rusher. After all, that's why the Bucs drafted him. Unfortunately for the Bucs, Hall seems to be following Joe Tryon-Shoyinka down the path of high-end draft pick disappointment. Yet Light seems to maybe have another mulligan here with this year's first-round pick, defensive tackle Kalijah Kancey, who already has 2 sacks on the season and looks like he can become a special player. There's still time for JTS and Hall to turn around their careers here in Tampa Bay, but time is running out. Thankfully, Diabi and Kancey are showing promise for the Bucs, just in case they don't. Pewter people, I encourage you to visit us on Pewter Report TV and hit the subscribe button for more Pewter Pulse episodes and other great Bucs video content. You're going to find it at Pewter Report TV. Also, leave a comment, hit the like button, give us a thumbs up. That helps our algorithm, helps us get more Pewter people watching our videos here on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on social media on X, Facebook, and Instagram at Pewter Report and pewterreport.com for breaking news, inside scoop, injury reports, and game coverage. And I'll be back soon with another edition of the Pewter Pulse.